I want to invite, I'll ask a question first, just to get the order together. Is Effie James here? Okay, got it. And is Andy Johnson here? Okay. You're coming soon. All right, but next we have Brian Gaverick. Gaverick? All right, brother.
All right. Well, Grant brought a laptop and I brought this. You know, Coach, I love you for everything you've done for me. And I like everything everyone said in the room is all true, and I feel the same way. I love you for everything you've done for me. Now, I remember Coach Ali on that screen called you a track genius. I must have got you early in your career, Coach. Paul Petrella, Martin Jones, anybody else run track for Coach in here? Okay. In 1975, I threw the shot put, Martin did, Paul did a little bit of both. But all I remember is we threw the shot put, but we were running with the distance runners, and we never saw you down there with us. So as far as track genius goes, I don't know, I don't remember that, Coach, but no. You know, when you hired me right out of college, I was 22 years old, been married a couple of weeks. Got married in July 12, 1980. And you hired me to be your football coach at John Simpson. And I just remember this. You tossed me the keys and then said, there you go, big boy. Don't lose. And that was it. No directions. Didn't show me where the locker room was. I went to Johnny Appleseed. So didn't show me. I knew it had to be in the basement. The equipment was, I don't know where, it was like the longest yard equipment. It was ragtag stuff. I had to go to Malabar, I had to go to senior high to get some stuff. I asked you for a little bit of money. No money. No money, but I'll tell you what, I was blessed with some darn good athletes. They were the state runner-up champs at 1985 basketball team. We had a lot of those athletes on that team. Thad Rosenberger, Tyrone Buck, Andre Adley, Ronnie Parr. All those names, you know, John Duhlman, Timmy Parker, and a host of others. But when I started working with the relays coach, you didn't remind me, you told me that you knew my father. And my father died when I was in college, so this was after I graduated from college. And you told me that you used to pump gas and you used to fill up his Borden milk truck all the time, and he would say to you, boy, you better go to college. You better go to college. Look at you today. But that story always stuck me, and I really was with me, and I really appreciate that. You know, one thing about working with Doug at the relays and just being around Doug, you better have your insurance paid up, and you better have a tetanus shot. Because God knows what's going to happen. Working out there at the track and everything, it was just, you never knew what was going to happen. That rusty snow fence wire, scratches and everything. So he came out to my house one day because he's the only guy that knew, had a chainsaw, knew how to cut down trees. And we had some landscape put in, and new landscaping put in, and I had these big, tall ash trees needed to cut down and cleared. And he came out, and he was cutting down trees, and we had this one, we had to fall between the house and the property. And darn if he didn't come down on top of my wife's flowering crab tree and took off the side of that tree. And I said, Coach, you got to cut that up and get it out of here right now. I said, I don't want Mary to see that. And he said, I'd need it pruned anyway. It was a new tree. He hurried up and got that cut out, and didn't you know, Mary came out and said, what happened to the tree? He said it needed pruned, and he walked away. So, you know, and motorcycle story, you know, I followed, you saw that god-awful motorcycle he had. The tailpipes on that thing are straight. We went down to Marietta last year for lunch. A bunch of us did. And I must have drawn the short straw or something. I was right behind that motorcycle. And those pipes, the noise that came out of there, just hit you square in the face. And by the time I needed some aspirin down there. And all you did was laugh. But no kidding. We're riding down through there, and I'm behind him, and I see this bird come out of nowhere. And he flew in front of you? No, I didn't see him come out the other side. And you just kept roaring down there, and we picked him out. We picked that bird out of the motorcycle when we got down to Marietta. So, you know, last year, you know, you chaired the levy for the city schools, and you only know one speed, Coach, and it's full throttle all the way. Go by the rules. Jeff said you go by the rules. Those are the rules. And that's what you taught us, you know, just follow the rules, stay the course, and things will work out in the end. And they do. They just do. Just stay the course. Things will work. I've seen you battle with a lot of coaches out at the relays, and you didn't back down from any of them. You stood by the rules. I love you for everything you've done. Everyone in this room, you've touched their lives, and many more who aren't here. I love you.
Thank you so much, Brian.